Well, we're going to go start next game, Overgrowth. And don't forget, the final map will be on Iron Fortress.
Absolutely crazy,
the map that nobody's ever seen a game of ever because our players always thumb it down. So that would be a cool way to see this end, but yeah, I don't know. You can see Party speaking to himself in the booth, Life looking very, very serious.
Well, this game so important, Tasos. Iron Fortress is just crazy because we've had so few games on it, but Overgrowth, this is the most standard map in the pool. I mean, both races feel comfortable on the map. Everyone feels comfortable on Overgrowth, but you know, if it gets cut in half into Storm Host play, that becomes hard for Protoss.
It's also a map you can do a lot of different cheesy builds, Artosis.
Absolutely.
Absolutely can.
If Protoss gets over there and has their pylons in place, man, like, try to defend that third base. Try it. Let's see how that works for you.
And the game has now loaded up. Party needs to win this game and the next. Life is one win away. Who will become the GSL Code S champion? We'll find out soon. In the bottom left, in the purple.
Yo Flash Whoops Party.
In the upper right, in the yellow.
KT Roster Life.
All right. I am just so stoked to see what these guys want to go for. Because this is Life, and he's like, oh my god. He's inching back right now. Life wants to end it here. He doesn't want to go to Iron Fortress.
Absolutely does not want to go to Iron Fortress, especially against a player like Parting on a map that is literally the least played map.
Yeah.
It's the most disliked map.
Yeah.
Those are the scariest maps for cheese.
I tell you,
you don't know the placement of every cannon rush necessarily.
You know every pylon spot? You don't.
Exactly. I mean, where are the good proxy locations? And you know someone like Parting has practiced that out enough.
By the way, this is kind of cool what we see here. The gateway and scouting again. Once again, he's doing the build that says, I'm not going to let Life catch me off guard.
Yeah.
And Life, with his balls of steel over here, going hatch first, saying, you're not going to cannon rush me. You're not going to do anything crazy.
Yeah, it's a bit of a risk here.
You know what Life is saying? He's saying, you don't want to die more than I want to live. And he's getting an advantage for saying that.
Yeah, I like that. Well, Life took a gamble, and he bet correctly here. Parting is going to go for the safer build, which allows him to get that hatchery up safely.
It's only a tiny advantage for Life, but it is an advantage nonetheless. And with these two, every little mineral counts.
And he will now be taking the third base over here. So far, so good. Looking like a standard StarCraft 2 game in what's been a pretty wild series.
Well, what does Parting choose to do from here? Because Life has already shown his colors. That third hatchery tells us everything.
He might just go for something very similar to the last game.
Yeah, I would like it. I
would be totally down for that. I don't believe Parting's going to go for a timing here. You just tend to see less and less cheese here. Even though it would seem like Parting would be the one who's more likely to cheese when you're down like this. Well, guys, he may never be in a GSL Code S Finals again in his entire life.
Yeah, Life may not, and that's pretty hard to imagine.
It's possible.
But, it's all kings must die, as they say.
Well, the probe is just continuing to scout around now. And he does see that this is a 3 base right now. We don't see the definitive tech right now for Parting, but it will be revealed shortly here.
Yeah, quite shortly we will see what he wants to do. Will it be a forge? Will it be gateways? Will it be a really quick Twilight? That would be weird. That would throw me off.
Man, if he did a quick Twilight Council, yeah. Thing is that the build you're going to hinge this all on to bring into Game 7.
You know, I think maybe the most exciting thing for some people would be to see the good old Parting Robo go down. He starts a sentry. That doesn't really tell us much. That could
I just don't know if the Robo play would actually beat Life if Life were to play standard.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, Life is one of the original guys that figured out how to stop immortal pushes. All right, a couple gates just at the wall. That's a pretty conservative.
It really
move.
is.
Like, not even getting the forge before that, just making the gates. Like, if Life were doing some sort of sneaky play where he was already getting gas, and that third hatch was like for trickery, This would be safe against that.
And this is a late star game.
Yep.
It's tucked away, so it's not easy for it to spot here. But keep this in mind, too. I mean, what is Life's mindset about how Parting will play? It's a little bit tough to predict. I mean, Life was saying at the start of this, he just cannot let his guard down against Parting. But what if you're over-defending? What if you're just looking too much for that hidden tech? That can go in the opposite direction for you, and then you're prepared against it. It's not even happening.
Yeah, and look at this. We do have a 3-gateway Stalker pressure coming out that will be followed by an Oracle, a very popular build for the last few months here. But already a Spine Crawler. Like, Life pretty much sniffed this out. I think when he saw those 2 gateways up front, he's like, this can't be just for defense. Like, with the build that Life has chosen with 3 hatches, makes much more sense that Parting would be trying to put on pressure, but it's already been completely shut down. So that's like, I mean, these two are playing very evenly right now. They're both countering each other over and over again in this game.
Yeah, nice defense, nice reads by both players. The Roche Warren almost finishing. Ling's speed about halfway done. And we have a good amount of Lings here that he can control the map with. Let's see if he does any damage, though, with this Oracle. We have 9 Roaches, by the way. 10 Roaches being made. Artosis. I think Life might be going for a timing here.
It looks like he is going to move out and at least force a cancel on this 3rd base. With this many Lings and Roaches, oh my god. He wants to just catch him and kill him off here. We'll see if that ends up working. He sees the Roaches popping out and going to get some drone kills.
Oh, nice. This is a great start here for Parting. Just even getting those 3 drones and keeping the Oracle. Now, he probably needs to cancel this.
He needs to cancel
I don't think you want to try to keep a 3rd base in a moment like this. Go back, gate up, and defend. But he's not canceled the Nexus yet. The Roaches are headed southbound, and I don't know if Parting can hold this.
I don't know either, Tasteless. I can't imagine him holding on. He has to stand like behind the minerals or something. This is just such a strong army coming up here. Now he's making some cannons to try to help.
There's 2 locations that you can attack at here, the 3rd or the 2nd.
He's using this Oracle to help out. He does have a Void Ray that just popped out. But yeah, he's moving these sentries behind. He needs to have this as short as possible of an area to force field because he will run out eventually. But look at this. So far, so good. He still has his sentries alive.
These are actually really brilliant force fields.
Yeah.
This is really nicely done here. Now, he needs to be careful, though. You don't want to lose these sentries. The Void Ray's coming out, though. Hardly any force fields left, by the way.
The Void Ray is out. He's trying to reduce the Roach count. His sentries are taking a beating, though. He's definitely going to end up losing quite a few here, and that's what Life's going for, realizing he can't get the Nexus. But look at that. Still 5 sentries left alive.
The Void Ray is tearing up these Roaches. It's going to be only Lings remaining here. But will he still get the Nexus? Was Parting too greedy?
Well, he doesn't have enough Oracle energy to really finish these off. More and more Lings coming in right now.
It's getting lower. It's getting lower.
And
Will goes down. Yep. He takes it out. And keep in mind, he lost the sentries, which is really bad. We see a shot of the parents here of Life.
Losing those sentries is more important than losing that Nexus, to be perfectly honest.
As funny as it sounds, it's very true.
11 sentries is worth like infinity more than that Nexus right now, and that makes it a real big problem. Life has complete map advantage. He has a base advantage. His tech is going up plenty. You know, he's making his Hydralisk Den. He's already got his Link speed. Oh, another cancel. And Parting does not have any sorts of forces that can get aggressive at all. He just absolutely has no chance to get aggressive right now, so he can only sit back and try to rebuild.
This is a pretty serious blow that Parting's taken. We've seen comebacks before, but it would have to be a pretty crazy comeback right now for Parting to bounce back from something like this.
Well, you know what? If Life here, they're like, Parting just needs a little bit of luck on guessing what Life is doing, or rather, a better way to put that is he needs to read this situation perfectly and figure out what Life is doing. If Parting sits back, just makes a ton of units, Stalkers, Sentries, rebuilds this all, then he is going to be fine against any frontal attacks, which is what it looks like Life might be going for next.
Yeah, and yeah, keep in mind, we've seen Life survive something like that before here. Excuse me, Parting survived something like that before here, so let's keep our eyes peeled for that here. We have the 3rd base being reclaimed, a nice wall being set up here.
He's not messing around against
I don't believe Life should be able to contest this. We have a few Lings coming down there. Oh, but actually, Parting's army is pushing out.
Wow.
The Lings might actually be able to force. Nope, the wall is too good.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to run around, see what they can catch. Maybe a few probes here and there, which is really nice. But you know what? These things are out of position right now, Tasteless. Parting is going for a powerful attack. There are some Hydras being made, but how many does he have right here? This is a very strong, very ballsy attack from Parting, and it looks like he's trying to focus down this hatchery.
Oh, he's going to give Life a taste of his own medicine. He's going to get the hatchery. He can even recall from here if he wants, and that's exactly what he does. A perfect recall.
Beautiful
Keeping
move.
every single unit.
Parting right now on top of everything. That was a perfect counter move to what Life did to him before. Tit for tat. These two are on the same level.
He zapped that hatchery, recalled back out. It's now 2-base Zerg against 3-base Protoss. Life is going to have to remake that, but keep in mind when Zerg loses a hatch, he's not just not mining from it, he's not producing units out of it either. So, I mean, that's a big production deficit right now that Life cannot easily recover from.
It's a big deal. And now we see the next phases of tech. We see the Vipers being made. We see the Templar Archives going down. This should come down to, do we have really great blinding clouds coming out of Life? Does he get the proper positions with his Hydras? Or does Parting buy himself enough time for some Psy Storms to clean it up?
He's going to push out again here. Now, keep in mind, he can recall this if he needs to, but this is keeping Life a little bit on the defense here. By the way, the third base there, the Great Wall of Parting, I don't know if it's going to be a spot where Zerg can really crack into and take out the Nexus with ease.
It would definitely take a while to break through. Looks like right now, though, Parting is pushing through once again. We do have a Spore that came into position, dealing some extra damage there to those Voids. I don't think his army is quite big enough right now to break through, but these are fantastic details! Oh my god, a great blinding cloud, though, does force him back. He gets out of the way there. Link's coming up for a flank, and suddenly Parting looks like he may lose a bunch of units.
He needs to get that mothership core up with that army so he can turn around if he needs to. It's still slowly moving up there. It's going to get on screen in a second. There it is now.
Dude, Parting is
still pushing forward. And that's a lot more Stalkers. Oh my god, a nice time warp there.
Oh my god, can Parting do it? Let's see this Blink Micro. It's got to be the best of his life. Right now, Life pushing forward. Those Void Rays still alive, getting so much value. But Parting's Blink Micro, it's too much.
He's blinking his heart at it. It looks like it's going to work. There's just not enough. They're defending a blink forward.
Oh my god. Parting bringing it back with his killer instinct, with these beautiful counterattacks, and we are going to Game 7.
It was a huge lead for Life, but Parting is turning this around. It will now all come down to one final game on the least played professional map in StarCraft 2, Iron Fortress. What does Parting have in store for us? Will Life use the same kind of style? It comes down to one final game, and that's it.
It's pretty impossible to tell, Tasteless. This is insane. You can see Life now being rattled. He knows.
The first moment we've had the coach enter the booth.
Yeah.
Life is looking very salty right now.
Well, I tell you what, Parting is the one on the heater right now. Life started out in a great position, up 3-1. 2 wins in a row, though, right now for Parting. Even Life has to be a bit shaken. He wants this. We saw him cry after beating Hero. He didn't even cry when he won the World Championships. But this means so much to him. He is so invested in winning this tournament after failing in the last few. But Parting is bringing everything he's got.
You can see just this arsenal of support here for Parting. I mean, all these different pro gamers that have been so successful in the past, all with their different play styles, all feeding Parting different information in a group effort to crush Life here.
At this point, even Polt went in the booth, and he does not play either of these races.
Yeah, even he's giving input here.
Oh, man.
Life has been winning maybe a little bit too much, and a lot of these pro gamers wouldn't mind seeing Parting come out on top.
Looks like Parting going to go ahead, use a little bathroom break here.
Restroom break, can't say I blame him for that.
Yeah.